There have been a lot of changes in Nigeria in recent times, with the number one being that we are in a new dispensation. And whenever there's a change in government, the question on everybody's lips is, so what now? What do we invest in? Do we even trust this government? This is the first of my series of videos where I share with you what I think are good investments to make in Nigeria right now that I'm making this video, because we are in volatile times. I don't know tomorrow. If you have been following my most recent videos, you will understand what I mean. As always, a disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor. I am only sharing information about what I invest in Nigeria that only a handful of people, yes, if you consider the population of Nigeria, only a handful of people know about these investments. My targeted audience are people that have a desire, a very strong desire to invest in Nigeria, whether you live in Nigeria or you live abroad. If that's you, come on in, subscribe to the channel and click the like button on the videos that you find informative. And don't forget to share your own tips in the comments always, because I am still learning. I've learned a lot from you guys on here. In this video, I'll share how to invest in FGN Bonds, Federal Government of Nigeria Bonds. In another video, I'll share the advantages of investing in FGN bonds. That video will throw more light on this investment. Recently, CBN increased MPR, that's monetary policy rate, by 400 basis points, or 4 points as I like to call it for ease of reference. Before they held the meeting in February, MPR was 18.75%. After the meeting, it became 22.75%. MPR is just financial jargon for the interest rate that CBN charges commercial banks when they lend money to them. Your commercial banks are Zenith Bank, GT Bank, Access Bank, and Co. So that means that when, say, Zenith Bank borrows 100 naira from CBN, they will pay back 122 naira 75 kobo to CBN at the maturity of the loan. This increment is good and bad news. First, the bad news. With this increment, it means that people are no longer motivated to borrow money from the banks, because you have higher interest rates. If they borrow 1 naira, they will pay back 1 naira 25 kobo or something like that. So it's very, very expensive, and this limits the injection of money into the economy. Yeah, in a good economy, in a growing economy, you want the people to have access to loans at very low interest rates. But, the CBN says that this increment is inevitable due to the current very, very, very high inflation rate. You have experienced the high inflation rate recently. When you go to the market, you know that the prices of things have doubled, tripled, and so on. And remember, when individuals want to borrow money, they can't go direct to CBN. So they don't even have access to this 22.75%. As an individual, when you want to borrow money, you go to commercial banks. And because commercial banks are in the business of making money, they will mark up this interest rate that CBN is giving them so that they can make profit. The minimum I've heard that commercial banks offer these days is 27% interest rate when you borrow money from them. On the other hand, this is good news, actually great news for investors, because now you make more money when you invest in FGN bonds. FGN bonds is when you lend money to the federal government of Nigeria. Because the federal government of Nigeria is giving banks 22.5%, which is the MPR, they cannot give you the same when you invest with them, when you lend money to them. Even the federal government of Nigeria is in the business of making money, so they will give you a lower interest rate when you lend money to them. You can see that we have come full circle when it comes to running the economy. The individuals that have extra cash lend money to the federal government, that's CBN, lend money to commercial banks lend money to individuals that need the money to start businesses, start a project, and so on. And the cycle continues. That's how the economy grows. In Nigeria, FGN bonds are available to the public to invest in at the beginning of every single month. So what happens is that every month my stockbroker sends me an email to subscribe to FGN bonds. If I read it and I like the interest rate offered and I have some money to invest, I invest. If it does not interest me, I ignore. Yes, interest rates vary by small amounts from month to month. till a big jump like what happened in February is announced. Now, let's read the email, the two recent emails that my stockbroker sent to me so that you can see this increase in action. This is what the email I normally receive from my stockbroker looks like. Dear esteemed client, the Debt Management Office, DMO, on behalf of the Federal Government of Nigeria, has announced the January edition of FGN Savings Bond. This was the email I received in January. Summary of the offer. Issuer, Federal Government of Nigeria, of course. Offer for subscription of FGN Savings Bond due January 17, 2026 and January 17, 2027. These dates are when the 2-year tenor and the 3-year tenor will mature. Tenor, 2 years and 3 years. With FGN Bonds, you have two options, 2-year tenor and 3-year tenor. Interest rate, 11.033% and 12.033% annually. These are what they offered in January 2024. Compare that to what they offered in March after the increase in MPR. Interest rate offered in March, 15.097% and 16.097% annually for the 2-year tenor and 3-year tenor respectively. Interest payment payable quarterly. Yes, this is a constant. Interest payments on FGN bonds are normally paid every 3 months till the end of your chosen tenor. Redemption, bullet repayment at maturity date. This means that the money invested will be paid back to you at the end of the tenor you chose. So if you chose the 2-year tenor, on January 17, 2026, you will receive the money you invested in your bank account. If you chose the 3-year tenor, you will receive the money on January 17, 2027. Unit of sale, 1,000 naira per unit. This is also a constant. FGN bonds are sold at 1,000 naira per unit. Minimum subscription, 5,000 naira. So with 5,000 naira, you can start investing. When I tell you that anybody can invest, believe me, imagine lending your tertiary 5,000 naira to a whole federal government of Nigeria. Yes, you can invest. You're the only one holding yourself back. No excuses. The investments can be done in multiples of 1,000 naira, which means that you can invest any amount from 5,000 naira as long as that amount is a multiple of 1,000 naira. So you can invest 6,000 naira, 7,000 naira, 10,000 naira, 20k, 100k, 1 million till the maximum subscription of 50 million naira. Da-da! Opening date for January, the opening date was January 8, 2024, and that of March was March 4, 2024. They also have a closing date for each month. Then settlement date, this is the date the investment starts counting. Coupon payment date for the January investment, April 17, July 17, October 17, January 17. These are the dates you will receive your quarterly interest payments in your bank account. Security. This is where the DMO is giving you assurance that your money is safe with them. They will pay you your interest as and when due and pay your capital at the end of the tenor. The bond is backed by the full faith and credit of the Federal Government of Nigeria. This is also on their website. See it here. Default risk. FGN bonds as a sovereign debt are the safest investment instrument. Default risk is nil. That's zero risk. The government always pays what is due to subscribers at the agreed date. Please note that this promise is not from me. I'm not the one making you this promise. This is from the Federal Government of Nigeria. So if you trust the Federal Government of Nigeria, invest in this bond. I must say that they have been keeping their promise all these years. Now, let's punch the calculator with real numbers. You guys know that I cannot end this video without punching calculators to show you this investment in action. Seeing is believing. FGN bond earnings calculation for March 2024 investment. I've done the calculation for the minimum subscription, which is 5,000 naira, assuming we acted on that March 2024 email. These are the numbers we will get if we subscribed with 5,000 naira. As you already know, there are two tenors. If you subscribe with 5,000 naira for the 2 years tenor, which is offered at the interest rate of 15.097%, you will make 754 naira 85 kobo per year. But the interest is paid quarterly, which is every 3 months. At the stipulated dates shown in the subscription summary, you will receive 188 naira 71 kobo in your bank account. Yes, you will receive this in your account on every one of those dates for the duration of the investment. The total amount you will earn after 2 years tenure is about 1,510 naira. If you went for the 3 years tenure with the same amount, you will make slightly more money per quarter. And because you left your money with the federal government for longer, you will make a total of 2,415 naira at the end of the 3-year tenure. Okay, let's say you invested 20,000 naira in this bond and chose the 2-year tenure. This is what you will get per year. This is the amount you will receive in your bank account every quarter. This is what you get at the end of 2 years. Do the calculation for the 3-year tenure. Then 100,000 naira. This is what you will get. $1 million. This is what you will get per year, every 3 months, and total for the 2 years if you went with the 2-year tenure. Do the calculation for the 3-year tenure. I already have the formula in my Excel spreadsheet, so it's easy. If you need this spreadsheet complete with the formula, the link to download it will be below. I know that some of you have 50 million naira that you are not using, so let's do that calculation for you guys. 50 million bozas. If you chose the 2-year tenure, you make 7.5 million naira per year paid quarterly. So every 3 months, you receive roughly 1.9 million naira in your account. By the end of the 2-year tenure, you would have received a total of 15 million bozas in your bank account. And they will pay you back the 50 million naira you invested, all right? Check out the figures for the 3-year tenure. Ta-da! 24 million naira. Isn't it mind-blowing? This is the true definition of your money working for you. This is how the rich become richer. You see them partying, but unknown to you, their money is working hard for them in the background. You can use this kind of investment to pay your rent, pay school fees, make money towards a car purchase. Once you know the amount of money you need, you'll be able to calculate how much money you need to invest so that you can get that money by the end of the year or by the end of a certain period. I also have a spreadsheet for calculating that. If you want to download it, the link will be below. Anything I reference in my video, just know that more information or the link will be in the description box below. If you go there and you don't see it, just let me know in the comments, and maybe I forgot, my brain is full sometimes. So this is the best way to save money towards anything you want to, not even save money, make money towards anything you want to do. Not that ajo that some of you are doing. With ajo, you just get your money back. Everybody contributes, you take, you contribute, another person takes. You don't make any extra money. But with this one, your capital is intact. You will use the interest payments you made, the money you made, to purchase that thing, pay for school fees, rent, and all that. With all the information I've given you in this video, you are well equipped to start investing in FGN bonds. What are you waiting for? The next thing you need to do is just contact your stockbroker. Your stockbroker will send you the subscription forms, and then you take it from there. You don't have a stockbroker yet? Is this your first paper investment in Nigeria? I've got you covered. I have a series of videos which you can watch to get you started. Very detailed videos. If after watching those videos and you still don't know where to start, you need a bit of hand holding. No wahala. I was once there. Don't be shy. That's part of my paid service. send me an email answering these questions I'll put on the screen now, and we will take it from there. Click the like button if you found this video informative. Subscribe so that you know when I upload my next video. See you soon.